What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Got an interview today with my guy Jordan. Jordan is from Oklahoma, made the trip out here, letting strangers into my house. Yes, we are real people. But Jordan, thank you so much for coming on.
It's good to be here, man. Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. It's amazing to see you here. You want to tell the story about how you actually ended up deciding to come out here?
Ooh, okay. So Nick hit me up in the group about like the in-person event and everything like that. I just graduated from physical therapy school in May, so I had to stop doing my remote training stuff to study for my board exam and things like that. And I kind of got into a little bit of a lull after I finished doing all that. Like, it was a big marathon to get that done, and a lot of effort and like time and things like that. So I was kind of burnt out a little bit, honestly. So I was kind of moving slow. Before I ended up taking my exam, I was ripping it with Nick. Like, I was doing really well. 25K was my best month.
Hey.
And then after the exam and everything, I just was a little burnt out. And then my girlfriend actually talked me into coming out here. She was like, "No, you need to go out there and find some more energy again," and like things like that. And so I came out, and dude, I think it was more than a shot in the arm to get me going again. So that's kind of the story on how I came out here.
Yeah.
Second time flying ever as well. So I was like holding the seat in front of me while we were taking off and stuff. But
What airline did you fly?
Southwest. I almost did Frontier, which might have been a good choice, but
Dude, no, you don't want to fly Frontier.
yeah, that's fair.
You don't want to fly Frontier.
Yeah.
Southwest is a coin flip. But no, dude, I appreciate you making the trip. And to me, it means so much, the fact that, like, you don't travel much. You live pretty far, Oklahoma. And, yeah, like, you just got done with PT school. It could have been very easy for you to be like, oh, like, why don't I just go back to doing the stuff that I was doing before? And so, to me, I just want to say thank you for, like, making the trip. I thought it was super awesome.
Yeah, man, for sure. It's good to be here. It was definitely worth it, for sure. Yeah.
What do you think your biggest takeaway was?
I think my biggest takeaway was having a clear vision of what I want to do for like my athletes. Number one, like, how do I want to impact the game of baseball? And for me, like, I feel like a lot of kids were exactly like me. Like, I was very undersized, my arm hurt all the time and everything like that. And it's a huge problem in the game, for sure. So it's like, how can I go about solving that and like helping the next generation of baseball players? And then, like, number two, also, like, what kind of guy do I want to be at the end of the day? And like, what kind of character traits do I want to have? And how am I going to reach those? And like, what activities am I going to do to make that happen? So just establishing that clear vision, kind of a roundabout way of saying that. But if I can have that clear vision, then I can decide what things I need to be doing to be that kind of guy, to make that kind of difference. And then it's easy to judge whether or not it's working, because you know what you're aiming at, like, where on the target you're hitting and how you can correct and try different things. So that was the biggest takeaway this weekend, for sure.
100%. Mm-hmm. 100%. Yeah, because I know when you came out here, you're like, dude, I'm just really lacking motivation right now. And what did I tell you when you said that?
I'm lacking a clear vision, and I think that's true 100%, because honestly, like, last couple months I've been lazy, and I've never been the type of person that's like lazy. Like, I'm always like a get there early, stay after kind of guy, and it was just weird. And I think I needed a little bit of a shake up, and like, having that clear vision is definitely really important.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, like, you're in PT school, you grow a following to, what do you have, like 55K or something?
Yeah, it's around there, like 52-ish maybe.
Okay, I was trying to gas you a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I'll take it.
You got over 50K on Instagram, and you made $25,000 in a single month coaching baseball players online. Like, for a lot of people, dude, that's kind of like the show. You know what I mean? It's like, I made it. And I think oftentimes, dude, people can get complacent when they achieve goals, because it's like, now what? And you don't, like, you probably achieved a goal that maybe you didn't even know was possible.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe tell me if I'm wrong, dude.
No, that's true. I think that's true. I think I got up there. I was ripping it a little bit. Like, obviously, that's that's a lot of money for me, like just graduating PT school and stuff. That's probably maybe like triple or quadruple what a physical therapist makes in a month. And like I just graduated. So that was definitely like, oh, what can I go from here? Or kind of the thought of like, oh, it's going to be automatic now. Like I'm that guy now, like it's going to be easy, and you kind of move away from what works, and like also just being committed to serving your guys too. And it's like, well, I'm already at this level. Like it's going to always be like that. I don't have to go above and beyond for my players anymore. And just kind of getting away from what really matters, I guess. So that's a good point. Yeah, hitting milestone, you can kind of go backwards sometimes, I guess, you know?
Yeah. I think what I've noticed is when you hit a milestone, especially when it's like, when you've put like this almost like cap on yourself, right? And you're like, oh, dude, if I can make $20,000 in a single month, like, oh, my life will be amazing. Right? And then you hit it and you don't have anything pushing you to continue to do the things that actually got you there. You know what I mean? Because as we talk about, like your results are about your actions.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so I think it's awesome the fact that you're able to kind of reflect on that, you know, and admit like maybe you did get a little bit complacent. So I guess like what are the goals for you, like moving forward? Like what's really the vision for you?
Yeah. So I think that is true. Like, I think a big thing is like making your goals external, maybe outside of you. It's like putting a specific number on what your goals are, or you want to do this or that. And then once you get there, it's like, what now kind of thing. So I think my goals need to be more about like my development as a person and continuing to improve, and that being the goal is how can I be the best I can possibly be, rather than once I get to this number, it's going to stay there and it's going to continue there. Because like whenever we were playing baseball, as soon as you thought you were good, like as soon as you're hot, like you're going to start swinging it poorly again, you know? So it's kind of the same thing in life, as with a lot of things with baseball, I guess, is like once you think you've made it, you start going backwards. And you got to continue to develop and like figure out how you can get better each day. So to your point, I think that's my focus moving forward here. Like once I get home is how can I continue to provide a better experience for my players? How can I continue to provide more value with my content and my Instagram and things like that? And then how can I also continue like to develop as a person and like take care of my family and like provide them with the best while also like making an impact in the game and like helping less guys be like hurt all the time and skinny and like overlooked and stuff. So that's going to be my game plan. And then got some tactical things to do it with at the event too. That might be a little bit more boring, but like that is like what I'm going to do though, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I said this to you before, like you have a lot of technical skill and you're very cerebral, and like you can really understand like when I'm breaking something down to you, like you always get it the first time, you know? So for you, you're always going to be able to push further in your life because you are very competent. You know what I mean? So my advice to you, bro, would just be like, don't ever put a ceiling on like what you're capable of. Because how old are you right now?
26.
Yeah, you're 26, you know? Like, what if you do this for the next 20 years?
Right. Yeah. No, that's a good point for sure. Yeah. To your point, like you can't limit what your development is. Like you can't be like, I'm here, I've made it, you know, let's stop trying to learn and things like that. But yeah, I'd agree 100%.
Yeah. No, I just want to say, dude, like, I appreciate you coming out here so much and obviously taking the time to sit out here on the balcony. Is there anything that you want to say publicly right now that needs to go on record? Maybe like, I don't know, a goal?
Ooh, okay. Let me think. I would say you're definitely a real guy, which is kind of crazy because I remember like whenever I jumped on the first call with you, I'm like, oh, this is the guy from the YouTube videos that I've been watching the last few days. Like, this guy's real. This is crazy. And then like coming out and like meeting you in person, it like kind of takes it up a notch. And like there's kind of that connection built and things like that, which I think is super cool. So you're a real dude, and also I think it's sincere. I don't think what's driving you is money necessarily. Obviously, that's good because like you want to provide a certain level like to yourself and your family and things like that. But I think you mainly get your fulfillment from like helping us out. You know, like you're getting fired up. It's not because of I can do this or that now because I have the financial freedom. It's more like I'm making a difference in people's lives. And I think that's something I can relate to a lot as being like a coach and things, is like I get excited seeing guys hit their first home runs or their arm stops hurting, you know? So you're the same way, but just in a different kind of way, you know?
100%.
Mm-hmm.
No, I appreciate you saying that, and it couldn't be more real. Like, at the end of the day, dude, the amount of people that you help in this world and the more good you can do, like, the happier you're going to be. That's at least what I've noticed. Whenever I've made the goal about myself, I feel like I'm running on a hamster wheel. But when I think to myself, like, how can I get Jordan rich? You know? And then I solve that problem and, you know, help you make more money or whatever. Like, that's sick to me.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. So I just want to say thank you, bro. I think you're a stud, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future, man.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's beautiful here. It's nice and warm, even though it's almost November. But, dude, this has been great. And, like, I really appreciate you having us all out. It's been a great weekend for me, for sure. Like, in a heartbeat, I would do it again. I think next event you have, it's gonna be packed out a little bit. You know, I think there's gonna be a lot of people here next time for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you're one of our clients, you better be here. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
Thank
No,
you
I
so
appreciate
much.
it. Yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely.
it.